Nobody tells you this, but life after 50 can be surprisingly freeing. The worries that once consumed your days start to fade, almost without effort. You realize that the mistakes you feared making are often just stepping stones to your own peace. And suddenly, the world feels less like a battlefield and more like a place full of quiet possibilities. Entering your 50s is like stepping out of a dense fog you didn't even notice had surrounded you for decades. Suddenly, the things that used to paralyze you with fear, speaking up in meetings, trying a new hobby, or even traveling alone, feel strangely manageable. The tight knot of anxiety you carried through your 30s and 40s slowly loosens. You begin to understand that fear, once such a dominant force in your life, doesn't have the same power it used to. The first thing many notice is a newfound confidence in their decisions. Where once every choice felt weighted, every potential misstep a source of dread, now there is a calm acceptance. You start saying no without guilt and yes without hesitation. The world hasn't changed, your perspective has. You realize that life isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about navigating them with grace. And grace, as you've learned over decades, carries far more satisfaction than perfection ever did. Physically, the small anxieties that once tightened your body, racing heartbeat before a presentation, sweaty palms at social gatherings, begin to soften. Your body has grown resilient, and your mind follows suit. You notice that what once felt like monumental risks are now just minor bumps along a long, winding road. Taking that art class you always postponed? You do it. Signing up for a hiking trip alone? You embrace it. Speaking your truth in a long-standing relationship? You finally can, without second-guessing. Emotionally, this release of fear creates space. Space for curiosity, for laughter, for the little things you used to overlook. You start to see other people's judgments for what they are. Often inconsequential opinions that shouldn't steer your life. The freedom comes not from running away from responsibility, but from understanding your own resilience. You recognize that even if something goes wrong, you have the tools, the experience, and the inner strength to handle it. This is liberating in a way that few realize before reaching this stage. Ultimately, less fear transforms how you move through the world. It allows you to focus on what truly matters, to invest energy in joy rather than worry. The everyday anxieties that once consumed hours of mental real estate now barely register. And in that quiet, in that subtle release, you discover the first real taste of freedom. A freedom that doesn't come with youth, but with wisdom, experience, and the calm knowledge that life is still full of possibilities, no matter your age. When you reach your 50s, freedom begins to feel tangible in ways you never expected. It's not just about having time or financial stability. It's about the freedom to define your own rhythm, your own priorities, and your own happiness. The societal pressures that weighed heavily in your 30s and 40s, the need to please everyone, to follow rigid schedules, to constantly prove yourself, gradually loosen their grip. You start to realize that life doesn't have to be a performance. It can simply be lived fully and authentically. This freedom often reveals itself in the little choices that make life feel richer. You might wake up on a weekday and decide to take a long walk just because the morning feels good, not because you should. You might skip a social event that doesn't excite you, without guilt, and spend the evening reading a book, cooking a meal you love, or calling an old friend you've been meaning to reconnect with. The ability to choose how you spend your energy, moment by moment, is a revelation. And it brings an unexpected lightness. Travel, once a source of stress and careful planning, now transforms into a genuine pleasure. You can visit new cities, explore remote corners of the world, or simply take a spontaneous road trip without worrying about deadlines, schedules, or anyone's approval. Each journey becomes a gift to yourself, a celebration of curiosity and adventure. And because you've weathered challenges before, these experiences feel more immersive and meaningful. You notice the small details, the quiet beauty, the moments that make your heart expand. Freedom also touches relationships in profound ways. By this stage of life, you are more selective, choosing to surround yourself with people who energize and inspire you rather than drain you. You feel less compelled to maintain toxic connections or conform to expectations. Your interactions become more honest, more heartfelt, and more grounded in mutual respect. And in turn, others respond to that authenticity, often deepening bonds that once felt superficial or strained. Creativity and personal growth flourish in this newfound freedom. Hobbies, passions, and skills you once postponed or abandoned resurface with vigor. Whether it's painting, writing, gardening, or learning a new language, you approach these pursuits with a sense of joy rather than pressure. The freedom to experiment, to fail, and to try again without fear of judgment is intoxicating. Each small achievement builds a quiet confidence, reinforcing the sense that life is not about meeting external standards, but about honoring your own desires and curiosities. Financial and professional freedom, too, take on a different hue. You may no longer be chasing promotions or climbing a ladder that now seems less important than it once did. Instead, work becomes a choice, an avenue to express skill or passion rather than a necessity to prove worth. This shift allows a more relaxed engagement with your career and opens the door to new opportunities that genuinely excite you, free from the pressure of external validation. Ultimately, the freedom that comes after 50 is layered, subtle, and deeply satisfying. It's a combination of autonomy, experience, and self-awareness that cannot be rushed or forced. It arrives naturally, as a reward for decades of growth, learning, and endurance. You start to understand that freedom is not about doing everything or having it all. It's about having the power to choose, the courage to follow your heart, and the serenity to let go of what no longer serves you. And in embracing that, life begins to feel lighter, brighter, and more yours than it ever did before. As life moves into its later chapters, a quiet transformation takes hold. A level of calm and inner peace that few experience before 50. This is not the fleeting relief that comes after completing a task or solving a problem. It is a deep, enduring serenity that shapes the way you see the world and yourself. You no longer react to every challenge with panic or urgency. Instead, there is a gentle steadiness in your responses, a sense that whatever comes, you are equipped to handle it with poise and clarity. This calm begins within the mind. The constant chatter of self-doubt and worry diminishes, replaced by a thoughtful stillness. You notice patterns you once ignored, the triggers that used to provoke anxiety, the cycles of overthinking, and instead of being swept away, you observe them with a quiet curiosity. Decisions that once felt overwhelming are approached with discernment rather than stress. You understand that clarity is born not from rushing, but from giving yourself the space to breathe, to reflect, and to act intentionally. Physically, this calm manifests in subtle yet profound ways. Tension in the shoulders eases, breathing deepens naturally, and posture straightens as though your body itself has learned that it can relax without consequence. Moments of silence, sitting with a cup of tea, watching sunlight filter through leaves, listening to the distant hum of life outside, become not just pleasant, but restorative. Each pause is a reminder that life's value is not in constant motion, but in presence. Emotionally, this serenity allows for a richer connection to others and to the world around you. You find yourself more patient, more compassionate, and less reactive. Small irritations that would have once provoked frustration now roll off more easily, and disappointments carry less weight. You have cultivated the understanding that your peace is not contingent on circumstances, but arises from the way you choose to engage with them. This awareness is liberating. It permits joy to flourish even in imperfect conditions. There is also a profound sense of time slowing down. The urgency of youth and middle age, rushing from one task to the next, always chasing the next milestone, gives way to a rhythm that feels natural and sustainable. You savor ordinary moments. The taste of a meal, the laughter of a friend, the quiet satisfaction of completing a personal project. These moments, once overlooked, become treasures. In their accumulation, they form a life that feels measured, meaningful, and deeply satisfying. Ultimately, this deeper calm is a gift of perspective. It comes from decades of learning, of experiencing highs and lows, of making choices and facing consequences. With age, you gain not just wisdom, but an intimate understanding of what truly matters. Material concerns, social pressures, and external validations lose their hold. In their place grows a durable, radiant peace that permeates every corner of life. You move through days with a sense of assurance, a quiet confidence that you can face challenges without losing your balance. And that joy is not something to chase. It is something you carry within yourself. By the time you fully step into this stage, life after 50 is no longer defined by fear, obligation, or haste. It is defined by a calm awareness, an inner steadiness, and a profound, liberating clarity. And in this space, you find that the richest experiences, the moments that truly matter, are those you encounter with a heart and mind at peace.